Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I recently returned from a Caribbean vacation, and I actually purchased something which is pretty rare for me. I don't usually buy souvenirs or anything, but I found this thing I thought was kind of neat. I wanted to share it with you. So let's see. Okay, so what this is, well, I'll read this card first. It says, "Thank you for supporting our mission. Each piece of jewelry is handcrafted from the fins of lionfish, an invasive species in Florida and the Caribbean, with no natural predators and venomous spines for protection. Lionfish prey heavily on small reef fish, causing native populations to decline. Every purchase makes a difference. By choosing lionfish jewelry, you're helping protect coral reefs and restore balance to the ocean's ecosystem. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave us a review." The invasive fin, and I actually just went to her website, and it's called theinvasivefin.com. So I thought that was kind of neat. I have heard about how I've actually thought about doing a video on lionfish, which I'd have to look up. I can't remember exactly now, but they were brought here. I don't know if somebody just released some, but anyway. And they've just they just have done so well in the Caribbean and the Florida waters. And yeah, like they said, they asked people to kill them. Basically, the governments of Florida and the Caribbean islands asked people to help get rid of them because they're just that bad. And I think that I purchased this, if I remember correctly, at a little shop in St. Croix. The artist, apparently sometimes she is there actually selling stuff. I don't know if it's the artist or somebody who sells it for her, but the day we were there, it was other people. It was like a shop with a lot of what I assume are local artists, which honestly is getting harder and harder to come by on those islands. Almost everywhere we went, it was just like the same stuff everywhere, and I think a lot of it is actually imported from China, Temu, something like that, and it's all like the same. But this one shop had actual art, handcrafted things, and so that we found interesting. But my sister and I both ended up buying from this same person. My sister bought a necklace, and it had a really cool teardrop design to the metal, and then it had one of these pieces I'll show you in a minute in the center. And I bought something special so I could have it for the channel. And that is this ring. So let's see if I can hold it in a way that'll make it show up. Let me try focusing on it a little bit here. Oops. I don't know. Can you guys see it? Hold on. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but it's actually, you could kind of tell in store better because she had different color of the spikes, but it's like if you've ever seen a lionfish. I can't draw one. I don't remember what they look like. But let's say here's his eyes and here's his mouth. They have fins that have like, I don't remember exactly, but like a lot of, that looks like a bat. But anyway, that's a fish. There's his tail. But these fins have like these black spiky things. And I think they can, they're like poisonous, aren't they? I don't know. I'll do a video about it. But I think they're kind of sharp and poisonous. So she uses these fins, and some of them are like white with little black sort of stripes on them. And some of the little fins, I guess they're called fins, are black with like little white bits on them. So, interestingly, I was looking at a different ring, but it was too small. And so I asked the lady, I said, do you have any bigger because it's too small? And she said, you can change the size. And that's when I realized, oh, okay. They actually are like, they have a connector here and you can make them bigger or smaller a little bit. So that ended up, I wanted one that had white and then the black because I thought that was easier to see and to tell what it was. But then once I got it to size after wanting it the most, I didn't end up liking as much as black because I tend to wear black a lot, or I don't know, I just like the way it felt bold. It felt more bold. So it's a pretty simple thing, it's just it's not real gold, obviously. It's just I don't know, some kind of base metal gold. And you can make it bigger or smaller. And they probably buy this blank ring from, I forget the name of the jewelry website. There's a jewelry website where you can buy stuff like this. And then I don't know that though. Maybe she makes it. I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe. And then she puts the little fins in there. And then it looks like there's like a epoxy on top to hold it all together. But I just thought it was kind of cool. So I'll be wearing that probably in some videos. But I have to say, my sister, like I said, she got the necklace. And the necklace kind of was like, there was the bead part. Let me see if I can remember. And then it had metal. I think it's silver all around it. And then it went up like that. So the metal kind of looked cool. And then I think it attached to the chain there. And this was like black with the fin things. But it looked really cool. I was like, yeah, you gotta buy that. So anyway, my sister got the necklace and I bought this. Now when I was looking at it in the box, it said $25 for the small size and $35 for the big size. Well, there were some that were smaller than this. And I'm so like frugal that I kept looking at the smaller ones because I was like, these are less expensive. And my sister's like, it's $10. Like, just go for it if you want the bigger one. And so in the end, I was like, yeah, I think you're right. I'll just go with the bigger one. So I went up to the counter and I said, I think this is the large size. It's $35. And the lady checking me out said, no, that's a small. So she must also have even bigger rings that there weren't any available. So it turned out this one was $25. So I was like, yay. Because that made me extra happy. It felt like a good deal. Anyway, so I could make it bigger and wear it on my middle finger, which I might because I think it could look cool. So you just pull it. Let's see. Like that somehow. It's kind of hard to do, which seems good because you don't want it to be too easy to do. And then you can push it in to make it tighter. It's easier to push it in. So that's it. So it's kind of neat. Made out of lionfish. I'd never heard of that before. But I did go to her website and I've forgotten her name already. I didn't meet the artist, like I said. I think I bought this on St. Croix. I think it was in a little shop, Like you could walk to it, like the pier. If you happen to be in St. Croix on a Royal Caribbean ship, I think the pier was here, and the shops are kind of all along here. It was like a little handmade shop right here, and then I think there was a snorkel rental maybe right next door. And this is the bay they call, like, I think they call this Turtle Bay or something, which we had our snorkel gear, and normally we snorkel. But like 3 weeks before we went, a woman who was snorkeling, who was exactly my age, I think, was eaten by a shark, like killed by a shark. So I was too scared. I wasn't really, I could have probably gone here, but to see the turtles, they were saying to go out to these big cement things that were out kind of far. And I don't know, I was just too chicken that day or something. So I was like, I'll pass. But I did buy a ring. So if you see that, turn up. I have all the, I have like some of the paperwork from the trip. If you guys are curious, I could go over, what we did like each day. I like this paper. It's like crinkly, but it also feels like just a little bit waxy. I'm not sure. A nice little bag, so that was kind of cute and sweet. I started to worry that, like, customs, not customs, but they check you to see if you have any fruit or shells or things like that. I was like, oh no, what if they take the ring? But they didn't. They didn't. I actually put it on when I went through, so I was like, but I think it's fine because it's covered in epoxy and everything, so I guess it's fine. I have seen lionfish when I've gone out snorkeling before. I think once, maybe I saw one. But I didn't know that they were so bad for the environment until later on. I don't feel like you see them much now. Maybe they've done a good job of getting them, I don't know. So yeah, you can order online too. Isn't that nice sounding?